We are clearing the air today on some important issues. Are some industry professionals, some thought leaders on the topic of governance and ICT specifically as it applies to the public sector. I think just given our times of COVID, I wonder and shudder sometimes to think what could have happened if it wasn't for ICT.
Let's understand what are the issues that are tying our hands as CIOs to perform this digital acceleration that is needed. Let's get to the core issues. The core issues such as accruals, such as understanding software licensing, such as understanding how we can consolidate and how we can be understood.
MTN and MTN Business are very excited for the year ahead. I think we've weathered the worst of the COVID storm. What it allowed us was to kick ourselves into the new 4IR space and digitalization. And I think we're looking very forward to really embracing the new hybrid working models that is going to be prevalent in so many areas.
Just by uttering the word governance, it tends to have a very negative thinking. We tend to think about long, winded, unnecessary, unending process. And colleagues, the digital journey is riddled with contradictions. You can no longer afford to choose one over the other.
Now, from a private sector point of view, perhaps because you almost serve as single master, you don't have to go through the various minefields that one has got to go through. So there's an absolute appreciation of the task at hand.
Always this constant, how will we ever do public-private sector partnerships? Will we ever get there?
I think legislation historically and what we have right now tends to want to focus and limit the challenges that we have rather than enable the people or the sector to thrive.
So it's simple things like that that need to be thought about because we are in a completely different dynamic.
We are professionals in various environments, and when a legislation is coming from a particular viewpoint only, whether it's supply chain, or finance only, or whatever, then we cry foul.
What I find quite interesting listening to colleagues is the fact that these legislation have almost become a shackle for them to inhibit that innovation part.
It's not about changing the legislation or doing something differently. It's more around execution delivery of us as government.
Facilitating innovation through good governance of ICT in the public sector. That was our theme for today. And the best thing for it was that we were launching the Western Province, the Western Cape Province chapter for the Public Sector ICT Forum.
And on that thank you note, this webinar is concluded. Thank you.